We're glad you're with us this evening. I'm Terry Brewer. Lynn Brooks is on assignment tonight. Once again, Alabamians are picking up the pieces of their lives after deadly storms. 2 people were killed, dozens more injured. This time, the hardest hit areas are in Jefferson and Chilton counties. We have the very latest on that in just a moment. But first, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott to see what's ahead for tonight. Hey there, Richard. It was a bumpy night and morning last night. Yeah,
Terry, no doubt about it. An all-nighter for us here in the Weather Center covering the severe weather and the issues out there. Fortunately, all the issues are over with, so for the recovery effort happening in parts of the area, no more issues with rain or severe weather. It is mild, so that's also good news for all the folks trying to pick up those pieces out there. Again, showers and storms happening over the southeast corner of the state. The severe weather is out of here, and the rain is out of here for a while. And look, we've got lots of updates on our weather blog page, WVUATV.com, also Facebook and Twitter. We have all the storm reports, and the confirmed EF3 tornado in Jefferson County is posted on our weather blog page. And also, the forecast tonight is going to stay dry, so if you're going to be out late this evening, it gets cooler, but not all that cold. 45 degrees about as cold as it gets by midnight. What about the rest of that forecast and your weekend forecast? More storms are ahead. Home team weather is coming up.
All right, thank you, Richard. Governor Robert Bentley has declared a state of emergency for all 67 counties in Alabama. The governor's office is reporting at least 7 counties have damage from the storms. In Jefferson County, between 250 and 300 homes were damaged and 2 people were killed. We begin tonight in the community of Center Point, where Alabama Power and emergency responders have been cleaning up since early this morning. The National Weather Service says an unconfirmed tornado went through the community around 3:45 this morning. Center Point resident Alice Shipman says as bad as the storm was, it could have been much worse.
If you hear the sirens go off, my advice is to take it and not just take it. That it's not going to come down your street. Because I took it for granted that it wasn't and didn't adhere to the sirens, and it did come down the street. So I think everyone should take heed to the warnings and take precaution and go to their safe haven, because it's better to be safe than sorry.
Coming up on WVUA News at 6, we'll have much more from Center Point. And continuing our coverage of the fatal storms, WVUA is covering the community of Oak Grove, where 1 person was killed. Dozens more are left picking up the pieces. Residents tell WVUA since 1998, Oak Grove has been hit 3 times by powerful storms, twice in the past year. Now, you may remember on April 8, 1998, a deadly F5 tornado hit Oak Grove and other communities nearby it. This time, the storms claimed the life of 83-year-old Bobby Frank Sims. His friend Charlie Todd says he lost his dear friend last night and his home last night as well. Todd says it's important to pay attention to the warnings.
Pay attention to what the man says now. I'm gonna tell you, they got it down to a science. They know exactly what street's being wiped out, and we pay a lot of attention to it. This is the 3rd one and 2 really bad ones, and I said, you know, this really wasn't that bad a storm unless you're sitting in the middle of it.
Now, moments after the storm rolled through the community, residents started pulling their resources together. Volunteers tell WVUA people started pouring into Smithville Baptist Church to collect tarps, bottled water, and meals for the community. Today, trucks lined up to deliver supplies into the area while family and friends sorted through the debris. But it wasn't just neighbors stepping in to help. Some volunteers came from the community of Pleasant Grove. They told WVUA they wanted to help those who had helped them last April.
We lost our house and 3 of our vehicles, and the outpouring of support was just incredible. The community came together immediately after the storm, and so that, I think, was a huge motivation for us coming out here, because we wanted to be able to help people like they helped us.
Now, meanwhile, back in West Alabama, Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office reports there were no injuries. Now, you're looking at damage from Gray Drive and Rue Road, where roofs are missing on some homes and several trees have been uprooted. Officials say trees were also knocked down near Highway 171, Highway 43, and damage was also reported in Romulus. Also, power lines were knocked down on Upper Columbus Road. In other news, Penn State fans are mourning the loss of legendary football coach Joe Paterno. He passed away Sunday morning, 2 months after he had been dismissed by the university for not doing enough after learning about allegations of sexual abuse against former assistant coach Jerry Sandusky. Sandra Endo has more from Penn State on Paterno's passing.
Penn State University students and fans remember legendary football coach Joe Paterno.
People think of him more than just a coach. They think of him as a leader, and they think of him as someone who devoted his life to the community.
Paterno spent 62 seasons with the Nittany Lions and 45 years as head coach. He led the team through 5 undefeated seasons and to a record-setting 409 victories. But his legacy was tarnished by scandal late last year. He was fired in November, accused of failing to do enough 9 years ago when he was told his former assistant coach, Jerry Sandusky, had sexually molested a young boy. Paterno said he had never learned the graphic details of the encounter, but he reported the allegations to the athletic director. Sandusky has denied any wrongdoing. Paterno's fans are quick to come to his defense.
If you look at what he's done his whole life for Penn State, I just think it's horrible the way everything went down.
Joe Pa, as he was affectionately called, is being remembered for keeping his players focused on academics.
He said, I want you to be on this campus first and foremost to know that you'll get a great education, and I'm going to push you. I'm going to push you to get your degree.
In a statement, the Penn State Board of Trustees called Paterno's commitment to education unmatched in college football. Now, fans, students, community members will all get a chance to say goodbye. There will be a public memorial as well as a private one just for players to remember the life and legacy of Joe Paterno. Reporting at Penn State, I'm Sandra Endo.
A public viewing will be held tomorrow and Wednesday. A public memorial service will happen Thursday.